All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unravel. Thank you for joining me this morning. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and come down to the floor or your mat. We're going to start on hands and knees, and I am recording this session, so we'll get it up on the YouTube channel soon. All right. All right, so let's come on to hands and knees. Feel free to use a pillow or cushion underneath your knees if you need the extra support. Hands are directly underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips. We're going to start by pulling those shoulders up towards your ears. Now, I know I usually tell you not to do this, but we're going to do some circles with our shoulder blades. I'm going to slowly pull them down and back, and then all the way around. Pulling them up back towards your ears, and then down and back. So I'm just making some circles, loosening up my upper back, my neck, my shoulders. Checking in with the breath. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Very slowly releasing tension from the neck and shoulders. Good. Go ahead, bring it back to center, back to a neutral spine. Slowly curl those hands forward, bringing the chest towards the ground in our puppy dog stretch. So the hips are staying up, chest is coming down towards the ground. Go ahead, bring it back to center. From here, that weird stretch, I don't know if it has a name, but it kind of reminds me of a dog wagging its tail. So we're going to move side to side. So what I want you to think about doing is pinching your side together. So pinching my right side, trying to bring my rib cage to my hips. Now bringing the shoulder to your hip, so bending at your side, and then moving towards the other side. Just getting a little bit of mobility through the back here. Helps also if you kind of look back at your foot. I know this feels weird, but it also feels really good. Alright, we'll bring it back to center. What I want you to do is sit back into child's pose, but we're going to move our hands all the way over to the right, and then I want you to kind of sit your hips a little bit more towards the left. So hands over to the right, that left hand can go on top of your right hand, and then sit the hips back a little bit more towards the left. You're going to feel a deep stretch through the left side of the body. A deep breath in, and exhale, relax towards the floor. Take a few more deep breaths here. Then we'll come back to center, and we're going to do the same thing over to the other side. So we're going to walk those hands all the way over to the left side of the body. That right hand's going to go on top of the left, and I'm going to sit my hips a little bit more towards the right. Take a deep breath in, sink in towards the floor. We'll take one more deep breath here. Sink in a little bit deeper towards the floor. And relax. Walk the hands back to center. Come up onto hands and knees. Walk the hands forward. We're going to push the hips forward into upward dog. Our hips are on the floor. Upper body is off the floor. Hands are pushing away from the floor. Working to open up that chest, looking up towards the ceiling. We're stretching out the front side of the body, opening up those hip flexors. And if you'd like, you can take your hands a little bit wider and move side to side a bit. Again, getting some more movement, some more mobility through the spine here. And I think about bringing that shoulder to the floor and then the other side. Or you can hold it center, whichever feels best to you. And we'll sit those hips back, big toes together, knees wide into child's pose. Slowly coming back onto hands and knees. We are going to lift those knees off the ground into a high plank position. And we're going to take the right foot up by the right hand into a runner's lunge. Now, if this is too much for you, feel free to set that back knee back onto the ground. Up to you. Pushing those hips forward. With that right hand, so my right hand, I'm going to take it underneath. I'm going to reach back towards my left foot. Go internal rotation and then externally rotate. I'm going to take that hand up towards the ceiling, taking my chest towards my right leg. And again, I'm going to take that hand, reach underneath. Think about reaching to that left foot and then rotate up. And again, if you need to set that back knee down, you can. So we'll bring that hand down on the inside of the right foot. We'll step the right foot back into a high plank position. Shift back into downward dog. Pressing your heels into the ground, hips up towards the ceiling. Pressing the chest back towards the legs. If you find that your heels do not touch the ground, try bending one knee and pressing the opposite heel down and then switching back and forth. And we will shift forward into a high plank position. This time taking the left foot up by the left hand, so we are in that high runner's lunge position. And again, feel free to drop that back knee if you need to. With that left hand, I'm going to reach underneath me. Think about reaching towards that right foot and then rotating up, turning my chest into my front leg. And again, I'm going to internally rotate, reach for that right foot, and then externally rotate into my front leg. Go ahead, bring that left hand down, and we're going to step the back foot into high plank, and then shift back into downward dog. Go ahead, shift forward, back into plank. Bring those knees down to the ground. And then slowly shift the hips forward again into that upward dog position. Deep breath in. Exhaling as you open up the chest, lift the head. And we'll slowly shift the hips back, big toes together, knees wide into downward dog. Oh, sorry, child's pose. Let your arms relax towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Release all your tension. Slowly come on back up to hands and knees. We'll swing those legs around, coming into our 90-90 position. My right leg's going to be in front. Left leg is out to the side. Both legs are in that 90-degree position. I'm going to take my right hand out to the side, use it as a kickstand. So I'm just leaning over to the side here. My left hand's going to meet my right hand. Take a deep breath in, sweep that arm up. And I'm going to exhale as I reach behind me, right between that arm and leg. Deep breath in. Sweep that arm up. And exhale, reach behind you. Try to reach a little bit further this time. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale, reach behind you. Good. Go ahead, bring it back to center. Slowly reach forward over that right leg. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We'll reach forward. And slowly come on back up. We're going to swing those legs around, or you can rotate your knees over to the other side. My left leg is going to be in front, right leg out to the side. I'm going to take my left arm out to the side, use it as a kickstand. Right hand is going to meet the left. Deep breath in, sweep that arm up. And then exhale as you reach behind you. Feel that stretch in the right hip flexor and through the back as well. Deep breath in. And exhale, reach behind you. Reach a little bit further. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale, reach behind you. Go ahead, bring it back to center. Last stretch, we're just gonna fold over that front leg, take a deep breath in, and exhale, fold forward. Good, slowly come on up, back to center, roll the shoulders down and back. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for Unravel. Hope you're all feeling a little bit more loose and open and are either ready to take on the rest of the day or full body blast that's coming up next. So Matt will be on in just a few minutes. Thank you again for joining me. I'll see you all soon.